Welcome to Kicking It with the Kurz team. We're here again.
Yes.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm here with the rest of the Kurz team. We're missing one,
Guys.
though, Jose. We have Danny, who is always distracted.
Me.
And we have Ray.
Kind of always distracted.
Yeah.
Yours truly, Vanessa.
And Vanessa, our beautiful Vanessa. And as usual, we're here on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And we thank you guys for tuning in. Please show. You can reach us at 786-671-758. If you have any questions, you can also check us out at thecurzteam.com. And as you're following right now, please tell other people to follow at the Kurz team on Instagram and Facebook. And you'll always find us there. You'll find out what we're doing. It's out and about in the city, up to like random things. And feel free to comment on the show. We'll try to respond to any of your questions and concerns. But anyway, today we're going to talk about how to be the realtor people like to work with. Let's face it, there's so many of us.
Saturated.
So
Couple.
there's 80, I believe it's like 84,000 in South Florida, realtors.
Just a few of us.
Yeah, just a few. And unfortunately, not all realtors have the best ethics, the best standards, or they don't treat each other very well.
Yeah,
I was actually having a conversation with another agent in the office pertaining to this, different experiences that she's gone through. And yeah, so that's the reason why we're having this topic today. And the topic of today is brought to you by Vanessa, if you can.
It's brought to us by Miriam from PRMG. That's Miriam Hernandez, and she works with PRMG, and she's your go-to person to get a loan. So if you're interested in purchasing a house, if you want to know if you're capable of purchasing a house and you need a loan, please contact Miriam. She can help you through this process. If you're not ready, she can get you ready. And you can contact her at 305-804-9108.
Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah. So, guys, experiences. You know, I've done this show, and it's always been very, you know, like straight to the point, this and that. I kind of feel like
This new format.
yeah, this new format gives us a different perspective, right? So, what are you guys up to? What's going on? What happened this
Chilling
week?
out with the Kurz team. That's the next name that we're going to adopt.
Chilling with the Kurz.
Chilling.
With the Kurz team. Well, I guess I'll start. I celebrated my birthday with this amazing crew right here.
Was,
Vanessa's 25.
yeah,
She's
it's like
25.
Really good.
Seriously,
Doesn't look a
Jenny?
day over 50. Just
Jeez.
kidding. 27 was that? 27?
She's gonna,
Mike, Ray.
she's gonna kill us. She's gonna
Ray,
kill us.
fix your mic.
Oh, my mic. Has it fallen?
That's because nobody wants
Nobody wants to.
Yeah, so I celebrated my birthday. Met some cool people. I took them out to a new place, right? La Victoria.
La
Yeah.
Victoria.
And what else? What else did I do? Worked with buyers. You know, that's what I'm doing. I love my buyers. Oh, I closed on the day of my birthday.
Congratulations to your buyers. What are their names?
There you go.
They're the sixth family. So Michael and Sophia and little ones. Thank you for entrusting me. So I closed with them.
Stays like that.
And I did a good job, and I asked for a referral, and I got one. So yay.
That's
Asked
awesome.
for referrals.
Yeah.
That's important. What about you guys?
Well, work on my mic. Maybe Dave would want to go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've been working on and see how can we get back out of the expired listings. We'll be working without expired listings. Sometimes those listings expired because the market is working. The market is not working for people. And we try to talk to them and explain why they have to list the property back again to the market with the right price, and we can help them to market the property in the right way. And I think more or less I try to get like dead properties out of the seminar.
Yeah, for real. So it's been a different experience, though.
It's been hard because you have to explain it. Not every realtor in the United States it's not that good prepared. It's not well prepared. You have to explain this, and there's some other ways that you can actually sell your property. Let me help. Let me see what the last guy did, and let me see if I can do it better. It's trying to explain, because most of the time they are prepared. There are people that are actually going through the process. That this is get really personal, and you have to explain. Listen, I'm here to help, and it's a different experience working with sellers, which I do too. I work fast with sellers and with buyers, and it's been experience, but I'm you know I'm being really positive about this, and I think I mean
He's obsessed.
obsessed. I'm gonna lie you, I'm obsessed, but I'm obsessed with helping people. So that's a good obsession. Closing.
Oh, you guys are so nice. You're not salespeople.
We're not cheesy.
No, help people. That's the funny thing about this. At the end of the day, you are able to help people. You know, you're helping people with the biggest investment. At the end of the day, you spend your entire life working on your credit, making your saving account to something. But most of the time is to get a house for your family and everything. That's a good thing to do. And when you come to this country as a young person, or either if you are older already and you want to buy something for you, right? So your family can
It's
enjoy it with
important
you.
that you have the right people in place to help you out.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I think to piggyback off of that, it's to understand that you can get a job just about anything sometimes, but if you're here, you want to get into real estate. Like for us, for example, this is not a full-time gig. This is the whole from the moment our eyes open up to the moment our eyes close. Essentially, it's our business.
I dream about this.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
here.
even when you're that close.
I spend more time in this office than I do at home. And that being said, I think that that's a good thing because we care. If you get into this, it has to be something other than just the money to want to do this. And that's where the compassion kicks in. That's where the actual wanting of others and understanding that buying or selling is an extremely emotional process, and the understanding of the treasure sellers that you're working with and being able to guide them effectively throughout the process. And I think Danny was trying to say.
Yeah, we engage, obviously, the buyers to understand things that they have to go through and the challenges that come with the process, and that's what we're here, What did you do this week?
Let's see. Well, I worked, as you guys know, I typically end up working with investors, and I love working with investors. That's where my background lies. So I got a great investor came down from New York. We saw a few properties, put in a few offers on them, and we're going to hear back from those. That's kind of like the business thing. And like Vanna said, we celebrated her birthday on Thursday, which was a good time to let loose and relax a little bit, which was great. And that's pretty much it, just gearing up for the week ahead. And,
Nice. Well, equally, it's the same story with property. But on a personal level, I actually went to the beach. We went on a boat. I was able to take my kids for the first time out there, and I believe it was Columbus Regatta or something like that. Yeah. No, we have children. You know what I mean? We had 4 kids on the boat. Like there was no way. But it was interesting to see how people are still out there after the storm. I'll be very honest with you. I'm not a fan of being in the waters, especially if I can't see my feet. No, not the ocean. I get really anxious. David will try to force me to get a little bit deeper in the water, and I'm freaking out to a point where I want to cry. That's not my thing.
That's
so
the way it
it's
goes.
a little bit difficult for me. And he's like, listen, the waters are not like Turks and Caicos. Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I went to Turks and Caicos.
I went there.
Now I have judgment against this, you know what I mean? But regardless, it's interesting how you can go to a little island and hang out there, and then find myself to be safer in the sandbar. Yeah. Because I can actually see. I guess it's cleaner. Yeah.
Absolutely.
For me, but it was a lot of fun. The things that Miami has to offer. You have little islands and places that you can go to and hang out with people, and they just connect. It's like all these boats connect with each other. Yeah. So.
I love it when that happens.
I mean, I'm not a big water person, so this is.
We're going to change you. We're going to have a team boat day. We're going to shoot a show
from the boat. Who wants
Jen's
that?
Going to get in the deep end.
Somebody, are you recording this? Because we need to
live now.
No, but I am the person, and he laughs
to take
about
a dare.
This. Yeah, to take a dare. So I have been on a 62 feet yacht or something like that, or boat, whatever. And from the second level, in nighttime, at 10 o'clock, just threw myself in the water.
If you can do that, then you can do it.
No.
Yeah, but you got back out. Really.
I got back out really quick, but David did make a good point recently, and now I'm like, oh, I can't believe I did that. You go really deep in the water, and it's really dark. You don't know what's in
Even
there.
though, in that area, we have a lot of sharks.
The fish are still alive.
Still alive. Mira la otra.
Still moving. You know what
That's
I mean?
one of those things that will forever be out in the World Wide Web. The fish are still alive.
Thank God.
So.
Plenty of fish left in the sea.
Plenty of fish for me.
Yeah.
Hashtag fish in the sea, right?
Okay.
So,
Back
so
to
yes,
topic, yeah.
yeah. So,
Split it.
no, I know, right? So let's talk about the listings that we have, Danny.
Okay.
Let's get on that.
So I'm starting. So we have 3930 Northwest 194th Street, Miami Gardens. It's a 3-1 and 250,000. It's on the contract already. We have 5601 Collins Avenue, 512A, Miami Beach. That's 1.5. 209,000 is tenant for 1,600. 7460 Southwest 119th Court, Miami is a 4-3 with pool. 435 is a gated community. 1470 Northeast 123rd Street, number 1207. It's a 2-2 just remodeled, and it's renting for 1750. And for last one, but not least, it's 3564 Williams Avenue, Coconut Grove, Florida, 5-3. It's listed for $400,000.
There you go, guys. Those are the listings that we have. And I have actually a listing appointment tomorrow, and Danny that Danny has set up. So we have.
We might have a couple of things coming in the pocket.
Yeah, we have a couple things on the pipeline that are coming in. Stay tuned. Sometimes it takes a little while, especially after the storm. People are a little bit hesitant, probably still working on the landscaping, but. You know, I'm almost tired of listening about
I'm curious.
the storm.
Yeah, one of the things that I want to talk to you about actually is I've seen that a lot of people that have actually taken the house out of the market. Sometimes it was because of the storm, of the damage that the storm caused.
Did to their home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed, I mean, they don't know what to do with those damages, and sometimes actually you can sell your house even with those in those kind of situations. I mean, you can talk to an investor, you can talk with there are options out there that you can sell your house even after the storm. One lady told me, no, because the thing is, I took it out of the market because I have one tree in the middle of the entrance. I said, and the hurricane's been, it's gone after almost how much? A month already? And you still have the tree in front of you. I mean, how big it is. And she told me, no, it's really big. The thing is, I don't have nobody to help me, so we're gonna take it out. So I mean, that's the
only
reason.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. I mean, we have options.
All of a sudden, I have lumberjacks.
No, I have options. I mean, I have a couple phone numbers that I can give you. I mean, it's not gonna be a problem for me just to give you that information. Maybe you don't give me the listing, but I can give you that information. I mean, it's not a problem. I mean, there's ways to make things happen, and that's one of the things that I learned this week.
Nice.
By the way.
Nice. Well, I mean, obviously, Danny is working his way to being the best realtor people want to work with, right? So that leads us to our topic. How do we become the realtor people like to work with? And this is not only with clients, but also with other real estate professionals, because we do work with other real estate professionals. We work with mortgage lenders. We work with people, in the title company. We have so many avenues in which we have to keep communication. How do you guys think we can be the best realtors people can work with? Give me some options.
You know, I think communication, like you said, is key. And I mean communication not just with your clients, being able to truly listen to your clients, not just place them where you think it's right for them. You want to actually listen to what their needs are, what their wants are, and try and fulfill those wishes for them. That's your primary goal as an agent. But in the same respect, you want to have communication with other agents as well. Yeah. It's important to follow up with them. Give them feedback if you're showing one of their listings. Let them know if there's anything wrong with the property. Hey, I know that this was wrong with the property. I know someone had broken into the property.
That's a good point.
This and that. And you build rapport, and believe it or not, as a professional in this industry, you're going to find that there's going to be realtors that are going to want to work with you because of the way you conduct yourself.
Of course.
Amongst the rest of the real estate professional community. Communication, it's key. It's really key.
Very important.
Yeah, I feel as though, like, the golden rule, is that the name for it? I mean, in any aspect, if you treat others the way you'd like to be treated.
Exactly.
So if you put yourself in everyone in the transaction shoes, be it the title company, the lender, the listing or the buying agent, I mean, you can probably be in all of their shoes and really understand, and then treat them accordingly, respond in a timely manner, be respectful of their feelings, everything. If you put that part of you, that humanness in, It changes the transaction, and you come out
Of
as a
course.
person. It's
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I live by that. I tell my kids that all the time.
Right.
You know, when they get mad at each other, I say, would you like this? You know,
Of course,
would you have liked it if she would have done that to
Of
you?
course.
And they say no. So it really starts from a
Core
foundation.
values.
You know what I mean? Like, don't treat others the way you don't like to be treated. So in this industry, if you want fast response, if you're that person that wants to be professional, wants to be treated as such, dude,
Give it.
seriously, give. And that's one big thing. When you give, you get back in most cases. Hopefully in most cases. I know there's some cases that the other side doesn't respond, but really,
And that's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, be true to that.
Be true to that sentiment. Always come, and we kind of, so to speak, preach that here is always come from a place of contribution.
Yeah.
Offer. It may work out for you, it may not, but do it out of the kindness out of yourself, because at the end of the day, it makes you feel good to help someone else. Whether you end up doing business with that person or not, I always find it best. I try and conduct myself in a manner to where I can sleep easy at night.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
important.
And that's typically the way I go about myself, both
Yeah.
in a professional standpoint and from a personal standpoint.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Vanessa. Danny, do you have?
I believe.
How are you a better agent?
No, because I try to explain them that I'm here to help. You know, every time I'm trying to work with somebody, I try to say, listen, I know this is a really complicated process. Let me make it. Let me sugarcoat the process for you. You know, let me make it easier for you. And so, and one of the things is the thing that I was talking to you about, and the last listing that we have, that one with Emily and Felix. I mean, it was like that. I mean, one day before the hurricane, they didn't have water. The shutters weren't in place. I mean, I have to drive there. I have to do it not because they were my clients. I have to do it because it's common
Good
sense.
people, yeah.
There were two old people who couldn't lift a shell, nothing like that. And I said, "What does it mean you don't have water? I will take it. I will give you my water."
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I did. I gave them my water. Thank God. I gave my cousin's water, but she gave it to me. So, and I helped them. And at the end of the day, when they actually when the transaction ends, and they called me and said, "Listen, I'm going to tell you that you are a great person. That we felt really good during the process with you guys, with you and your team, because you actually helped us. You know,
It
with
makes
this
a big difference.
It does.
It really does. You know, another thing is, well, Vanessa said treat others with respect, so that you guys know. Some of this information that we're gathering is from the Florida Realtors. Okay, this magazine you guys should use, should look into. This is very important. But we're looking through this, also giving you guys our input in the matter, and also some of our own ideas for that matter. You know, a lot of it is common sense. Yeah. Leave the homes the way you found them. If you're showing a property, if you're showing a property and you sat down with your client and moved some furniture, put it back. If you turned on the lights, turn them off. One big thing, leave the keys in the lockbox. How many times haven't we gone to a property and there's no key because the agent before took the key?
Hey, look,
Be mindful.
exactly. Just this Thursday, my client flew in from New York to check out a few properties. And on the second property, which I found it to be perhaps one of the better options, we get there, I open up the lockbox, and sure enough, there's no key there. So now I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get a hold of the listing agent, notify them of the situation, no answer, no response. And it, it goes to show you have to be mindful of these situations. Perhaps the previous agent that showed the property accidentally took them. I mean, mistakes happen. We make these mistakes. But when it comes to things like that, we have to be mindful, especially when there's somebody else's property on, in question.
I'm a very forgetful person, so I'll tell you, I'm human. I make mistakes, so I do find myself in many cases leaving with the key. Like I grab the key, but I get in the car and I'm like, oh, I almost left with the key, and I was gonna go like 40 minutes away. Granted, if that would have happened, I would have come back and returned the key. The idea is, we're human. We're bound to make mistakes, but contact the listing agent, let them know, hey, listen, this is what's going on. But definitely try to make sure you don't forget things, okay? Or the key for that matter, and actually put it back. Granted, that happened to me a lot at the beginning because I wasn't used to it. I thought it was my car keys or something like that, and then I was like, you know what? I really need to get myself together.
Yeah.
And then from there on, I learned to remember. right? Those
important.
things are really, really
Yeah.
important. What else do we have here? Respond to text messages.
I have one.
Tell you the
Respond
importance.
to phone calls, guys.
Yes, one of the things.
We're trying to show your property.
Yeah, no. One of the things. I don't know if in that aspect you're talking about the communication between the agent and the actual client, but I'm more focused on the actual aspect between the communication between the two agents.
Yes, that's
That's what we're
precisely
referring
it.
to.
Oh
yeah.
my God! I mean, we have to let everybody know that when you are in a transaction, you're working as a team.
You're trying to facilitate
Yeah.
this process.
If
You're trying to
I'm
get this deal done.
exactly, if I'm representing the
We all
seller
close.
and you represent the buyer or no,
Vice versa.
exactly, you have to know that we are working to make something happen, and we need to keep a straight line of communication. Every time that I call you, you need to answer, or at least send me a text message saying, "Hey,
Also,
I'm gonna answer you back in a minute."
even if we all have transaction coordinator. She's amazing. Even if you have one, be on top of your game. You know, that doesn't
You
necessarily.
still have to
Still.
look at your
I'm,
transaction.
you know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
don't be clueless, please. You know,
No, no,
it's still your transaction.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've seen it all.
She's like,
I'm
no.
not surprised. But nevertheless, I guess continuing on to our point and our initial point, and I think it's who we are as a team. Even if you, as an agent, you get that bad experience, don't just want. It's not an eye for an eye. Stay true to who you are. You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly.
and, continue answering the phone and continue being there.
Please
Continue being
answer.
that good
At
agent
the
that
end
you
of the
are.
day, whether you're a buyer's agent or a seller's agent, you have an exclusive obligation to your client. In other words, you have a duty to them. Well, yeah, but you have an ethical duty and fiduciary duty to them. And so in that respect, you have to act in their best interest. So if you're selling a property, for example, and somebody calls you to show that property or to see that property, I know that my personal clients would not like it if I'm just canceling calls or not getting back to potential sales.
Yeah.
Of course.
And it's why we fall into the same issues where so many properties go unsold, expired listings, they get canceled, they get taken off the market for whatever reason. It's because sometimes people just don't follow through.
They really don't put the
You're
work.
held to a
It
standard.
goes into putting yourself in the seller's shoes.
Yeah.
Conduct yourself in the
yeah.
same thing with your buyer. Act in their best interest.
Yeah,
course.
I had something in my mind right now for some reason. It's I'm going blank a little bit, but pretty much it comes to situations like these, we just really need to make sure that we respond and that we're true. Christine Lynn, one of our agents, she had a situation in which her first transaction was with me. So she had a
That
pretty
comfort,
smooth
yeah,
transaction. But then she encountered herself with other agents in the industry. And okay, now I remember. Okay. She encountered herself with other agents in the industry, and she saw that these agents are really, really, they're like sharks. They're
Yeah.
really, disrespectful or heartless or something to that extent. And one thing that she pointed out was that there was another agent that was poaching her client. So don't do, don't, you have somebody else that's there with a client. Don't try in their face to give them your business card. Well, what is that?
Exactly.
How many times haven't I gotten
No, hell no.
yeah,
No, no.
a listing agent trying to give their business card to my buyer?
No.
That's ridiculous. Why should they have your personal information if they have communication with me, if I am the person that's going to get them there?
Because they are not working as a team.
They don't care. It's what it is.
Exactly.
I have a question. I guess people should comment below. What do you think is our reputation as realtors here in South Florida? Because I feel as though us, the ethical ones, the good ones, the heartful ones.
The ones that try.
Yeah, we really try. We're in this because we care, and we have to combat the reputation that most 80,000 or 45,000. I'm not sure how many.
80-something thousand.
Some big number
in
there
South Florida.
have made for us. So
Yeah.
comment and tell us what you think.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If it's good, if it's bad, don't comment at all, please.
No, both. Actually, good feedback is good.
I'm joking.
I'm going to read this real quick. It says, Realtor Etiquette 101. Number 1 says, live by the platinum rule, which is what you had mentioned.
The platinum.
Treat others
The
the way
golden.
you want to be treated. Number 2, never judge. Go on to every transaction with an open mind. This is so important.
Yeah.
How many times do we prejudge another listing agent, you know, with whatever it is. Oh, she's not
I
going to
judge
get my
with pictures.
offer, or
Oh,
she's going to do
No,
this.
no.
Judge
Ray,
pictures.
listen, Ray is a really open mind guy. That's what you told to this guy the other day. Remember, you told him, I'm a really open mind guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and at the bar, it works pretty good for him, you know?
But you have to be
At the
open.
bar.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, we
No,
got that
you
one.
And you said, oh, yes, I did. You're right,
Wait
Danny.
for
I thought it was
it.
like a client of mine or something like that, or a listing agent, you know. Jeez. Good one, Danny. I appreciate that. All right.
You got
Number 3, be upfront and honest in all business dealings. This is so important. There's certain scenarios in which we find ourselves caught into like between a wall and a hard place, you know? Sometimes you have to be honest with the other side in order to be able to find solutions.
Yeah.
Granted, again, not all the other agents are helpful, and this and that, you know what I mean? But if you start from the beginning, you set the tone. You get to figure out where it is that you actually stand in the process. You know, that's one big one. Be on time and come prepared. Are people in Miami on time?
No.
Oh.
What time?
Is it traffic? Is it traffic?
Miami time? Cuban
Is
time?
it traffic? Is it
Colombian time?
Or Cuban time?
I don't want to talk about that.
Hispanic time? Melting pot time?
Hashtag time. Yeah, so be on time. That is another thing. So many times do I find myself showing up to an appointment on time, and the other agent gets, like, you'll get a good agent that shows up on time, and they're like, oh, thank goodness you actually showed up on time.
Right.
You know,
Like a surprise, a nice surprise.
unfortunately, it is a bad reputation that we have. And if you're gonna be late, it happens. Let the other person know, you know, and be real about the time. This is not like I'm gonna be 5 minutes late and you're there 30 minutes later. Okay. Like be real. Number 5, follow through. If you promise something, deliver it. Okay. So one thing I live by is you under promise and over deliver.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't over promise things. So
Who's this?
somebody's trying to sneak in.
Who's this thing here?
Under promise and over deliver will definitely take you a long way. Maintain consistent and timely communication about the status of offers and counter offers during negotiations. Keep in mind, like if you're working with a seller, when an offer is submitted, you have a certain time frame to respond. If you don't respond, it's not valid no more. Okay, so you can actually lose that buyer, even though you might think that the buyer is really interested in the property. And it's the best property that's in the neighborhood. You never know what their decision is going to be. So follow those guidelines. Number 7, give others your complete attention when they're talking. So your phone, I put my phone away. David doesn't believe me, but when I'm having conversations with other people, I put my phone away and I try not to answer or anything until after I'm done. Unfortunately, sometimes it takes a little longer.
Yeah.
So
It's respectful of your clients and whoever it is that you're doing business with. It lets them know that you're there in the moment and you're listening, as opposed to I have other things on my mind as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a little disrespectful.
yeah. People feel like you don't care. You know.
Exactly.
Express gratitude. Incorporate please and thank you. Please and thank you.
It's not too
As
hard.
simple as that, right? Introduce yourself, shake your hand, make eye contact. Don't say anything in an email, text, or instant message that you wouldn't want anyone in the industry to see. It doesn't matter who you're communicating with. Try to deliver the correct message. Be politically correct. Do the right thing, okay? Because it will come back to bite you. You just don't know when something might shift. The transactions are crazy. In most cases, you just don't know when they can use something against you, and you don't want to do that. You know, it definitely comes off wrong. Remember names of people you do business. This is a bad one for me. This is a really bad one for me. I'll be honest. I try. So how can we remember what are best practices?
You know,
to remember
David said
names?
Excuse me, pardon my English.
She's tired.
You know, no, you know, when I go somewhere and I'm trying to muster up the courage to do this, but just take a selfie with the person and text them your name or something, and just like you'll have the face,
Yeah.
and their name,
Yeah,
and
but
their
that's
number,
yeah.
and that's a lead, and you know, I mean.
That would be the other way
That's
around.
a
But to
That's
remember
tough.
their name, like I'll really ask a person,
How funny.
you know, hi, what's your name? And then all of a sudden I'm off to something else, and I'm like about to introduce them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just
Mindful
forgot.
of it,
I'm like,
yeah.
hi, this is Danny, and this is. What's your name again?
And cue the silence.
Yeah. Funny enough, nobody ever says their name again. They just
Yeah,
an awkward silence.
they just pretend that you know the
Really?
name.
No, I've gotten that crunch, and this is Vanessa. You know, I've gotten that they say their name and maybe they
And this
side eye.
beautiful person that I have right next to me is.
What's your name again? So in order to avoid that, I found it to be a good idea. I forget to do this, but I find it to be a good idea to repeat the person's name right after they said it.
Yeah.
So, hi Vanessa, or you'll say, oh, my name is Vanessa. I'll be like, very nice to meet you, Vanessa, and then it'll kind of like click
Yeah,
or
it still
associate
work
it
for
to
me.
something.
No.
It takes time. I mean, I will be. So this person's name. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Hello. Because
That goes back to that other point of not being on the phone.
Yes. I mean, that I forget names. I mean, it's really hard for me.
I think it's connecting. You know, I took psychology way back when. I mean, I'm very young, recently.
Like
but,
a month
she's
ago.
25.
Like a month ago.
A month ago. You know, from short-term memory to long-term memory, and the only thing that comes, you know, and connects is a connection. So
Yeah.
really be mindful of when they're giving you their name, who they are, what they do, or why you're connecting and asking for their name, you know? And that way it'll stick.
Sometimes they have really hard names. I mean.
Well,
yeah.
you associate it
Well,
with certain
well.
things.
Yes. No, seriously. I mean,
For real, you break it down.
no. I don't want to say names, but I have seen really crazy names.
We're gonna
that
break
you
down Daniel's
cannot-
name. How can we remember
cannot-
Daniel's name if we just
Seriously,
met him?
I mean, I don't know. You open a box and you will find 10 Daniels inside of that box. I mean, exactly.
Dynamite Danny.
Dynamite, dynamic, Dan.
You can find Daniels anywhere. This name over here, this guy, his second
Raymond
name is
Ramon.
Daniel. His second name is Daniel. You don't know that?
I know.
His second name is Daniel. It's like, okay, we
Stop
can
trying
get
to
enough.
take credit for it.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, so the name, that's a big deal. Be flexible and accommodating. Don't interrupt. Let the other person finish talking before you speak. I know people like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I know people like
I'm
that.
not trying to.
Huh?
I know finishing each other's
I'm just trying to
sentences is
figure
cute,
what?
but
But we're working on this. We're
don't you
working on
think it's either annoying or super interesting when somebody is trying to say something, or you're trying to say something and somebody keeps finishing your sentences, but they have the wrong answer to your
oh my
sentence?
God. How
And it's like, stop now.
the worst part is when it's me,
no,
the
that's
guy.
not what I meant. Pause.
Wait, no.
That pregnant pause.
Can you shut up and let me finish?
And the phone's ringing.
Danny.
That's not me. That's not me. That's somebody else's phone.
Or Danny has a million thoughts in like 2 seconds. He'll ask me a question, I'm in the middle of answering it, and Danny is off to another question. It's like
Because
I
many
had-
things in my head right now.
in the moment, I'm like, Danny, can you finish answering? Did you get the answer you wanted? But that's just because Danny is Dynamite Danny. Like,
Oh,
nobody
no.
knows Dynamite Danny.
Don't start with that, please. I don't like it.
All right, and let me see. Never assume anything about anyone. Never discuss a transaction, a colleague, a client, or a customer. You never know who might be within earshot, and that's just not cool. Not cool. Don't merge political, social, or religious beliefs with your business marketing. That's a big one. Everybody has different beliefs. The last thing you want is to be prejudged based on your beliefs. And granted, it is a free, country and your freedom of speech and all this mumbo jumbo. But at the end of the day,
avoid
respectful
that.
to others, just
Yeah.
avoid that. Keep your social media image professional. Dress professionally. Dress professionally is really, really important. But I have seen agents that will be in shorts and flip-flops and actually do very well. I'm not condoning that. I'm not encouraging it. But, I guess at this point, he can do whatever.
This is Miami, like my teacher used to say. This is Miami.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me see. What else do we have? And that's it. That's it for that. Anything else you guys wanted to add to this on how to be a better agent?
I would like to add, I guess, another big point of mine. I'm giving you all my secrets. Just be you. There's a lot of agents, a lot of good agents as well. I think we've spoken of our bad experiences, but there are really good experiences and really good agents out there.
Yes, there are.
Yeah,
And I guess what would make someone want to work with you is you, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
be your best you and be true to that, and you'll click with a lot of people and just
Yes.
knock on doors.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the best way of being professional is being human. I mean, you just,
Focus
explain
on your
what you
why.
have to do, and that's it.
If you don't know about that, come ask Dave.
Well, common sense is not that common.
true.
Hashtag
unfortunately. But
common
yeah,
sense.
he said it's common sense.
Yeah.
But Vanessa makes a good point. Just be real. There's so many agents, and we have access to a lot of things. What's really going to make a difference is how you treat other people.
Exactly.
That will make you stand out. Honestly, another agent like me, as a selling agent, I don't want to work with agents that are unprofessional and don't move, don't answer my phone calls and so forth. So that's really, really important. There are a lot of events going on this week. It is Halloween month, right? Because I'm very big with Halloween. And we have, this week particularly, we have a couple events coming up. Danny, I'm sorry, Raymond, can you elaborate?
Absolutely. We got a few coming up, and we'll try and keep it short. And let's talk some of the stuff that's going on in Coconut Grove, because we are located in Coconut Grove. It's a wonderful, thriving community. The first thing is actually tonight at 6 p.m. at Glass and Vine.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
Glass and Vine. That's where we're going. It's one of the best restaurants here in South Florida. It's in Peacock
I'm feeding
Park.
my kids early.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's called the Snail Social. And it's being thrown by this culinary company called Slow Food. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them. I've been to a few of their food festivals in the past. And they're phenomenal. And this is basically a networking event, like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs,
Like us.
locals from the community, just getting together, having a few cocktails, enjoying some nice appetizers, and just getting to know each other and hang out, and really bask in the beauty that is Peacock Park and Coconut Grove.
Nice.
The second thing that's coming up again in Peacock Park that seems to be the trend coming up is Grovetoberfest. And
What
that's
is that?
thrown by Swarm. And Grovetoberfest is this Saturday.
Okay.
That's going to be the 14th, I believe, and that's at 2:30. And if you guys are not familiar with that, that is the beer festival.
So this is my bachelorette weekend. I'm going to see if I can drag my maid of honor who's coming now on Thursday and maybe take her to Oktoberfest so she can get a little feel of Oktoberfest.
Hang
all
out,
have
meet the
fun.
other local breweries, check out some music.
It's exquisite beer tasting for fine folks.
Yes.
You have to drink it like this, like your pinky.
With your pinky.
With your pinky.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We have Waffle Wednesdays.
Where's that?
That is at Live Ninja HQ Miami. Guys, don't ask
Waffle
me where that is, but it
Wednesday.
sounds amazing. It's called Rise Above the Noise with visual storytelling. I think that's great if you're in the
Visual
real estate industry.
storytelling.
Yeah, that's how do we invoke what we're trying
Lyrically?
to say? Because when you rather just stand in front of your client and just be monotone. Well, I have this 3-2 property that we can be engaged.
3,
2.
It's a house. It's a house. A big house, not this big. But it sounds very interesting. They got me on the waffles. I'll be there, to be quite honest with you.
I'm not going to lie to you.
And guys, honestly, get Eventbrite. There's some great networking opportunities, some great meetups, meet like-minded individuals, not just about real estate, about anything else that you're interested in that's going on.
Actually, in Eventbrite, you can find our event. October 21st, we have a home buyer seminar that is taking place from 11 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in our office, Kurz Real Estate, 3692 Grand Avenue in Coconut Grove, 33133. Yes, it's free. There's going to be lunch and coffee. And basically, we're going to take you through the whole process of purchasing a home and give you tips and tricks. And in addition to that, if you bring some documentation like proof of income, ID, maybe your taxes, you should be able to get pre-approved on the spot. We have a lender that's going to be here available for you guys. So this is really important. If you are right now thinking or considering purchasing a home, or whether or not you qualify, or how hard or difficult, or easy the process is, that is the time for you to go and learn a little something from the right people.
To add to that, if you think you're not ready and you're thinking, I'm not going to come to this, I'm probably a year away from buying a house, really, it's of the essence that you speak to someone in finance, if you're going to need a loan.
Yeah.
If you're not ready now, it's probably because you need money.
Yeah.
So it's of the essence that you speak to someone so they can guide you and tell you what you need to do to get there a year from now. Don't wait a year from now.
We'll have
to
a
see what
credit
you need.
repair company also
Correct.
available. These people are going to help us out with your credit issues, if you have any for that matter. So, all the shebang.
Absolutely, everything.
Yeah.
Everything from the actual step-by-step process of deciding to purchase a home, finding the right home, distinguishing between your needs and wants, to getting to speak with an actual lender, a title company, a credit repair company, a one-on-one conversation. Like Vanessa said, even if you're not there, you'll know how to get there eventually.
Correct.
It's great. It doesn't hurt to learn. It's free.
Don't
Get
waste
some coffee,
time.
some lunch.
You're
hang out
paying
with us.
somebody else's mortgage right now if you're renting.
If you haven't purchased a home, we all know because we've all been there at some point. We all know you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
what you
It's
don't know.
okay. Break the ice. We all know you're nervous. We all know you're clueless.
Yeah.
You're clueless until you've done it. You
Yeah.
know?
Even
And
if
really,
you've done it once, every market is different.
Yeah.
Every situation is different.
Of course.
Every available
Transaction is
resource
different.
or mortgages or whatever is different. So don't waste any time. Stop procrastinating. Show up October 21st in our office from 11 to 2. We're going to be here to help you out and offer you some lunch because obviously you're going to get a little bit hungry around that time and some coffee.
Come say hi. Get to know us.
And guys, it's very laid back, very informal. Raise your hand, ask questions. If you don't want to raise your hand in front of a room of other people, come up to one of us.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and we'll get into more depth as to whatever questions that you may have. And
That's
we're
right.
here to help serve the community and come on by.
That's right. So now we've gotten to the close of our show. Remember, our office is also a location to drop off items for relief for Puerto Rico. So if you have anything that you need to give away or that you can't give away, please do.
Hey!
And here's David Kurz.
The man himself.
So David Kurz, if you guys know, yeah, you could have come in prior. David Kurz is the broker of Kurz Real Estate and also the culprit of everything that I do in my life. Or vice versa. Yeah, so he has been able to get this thing together where you guys can come and drop off a couple items for Puerto Rico that they're in definite need. In addition to that, we have our charities, which is NAREP, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, WCR, Women Council Realtors, DAREP, Dominican Association of Real Estate Professionals, the Boys and Girls Club of America, and the Barnyard. And we have our Hometown Heroes program that if you guys don't know, David Kurz is the biggest mind behind this. He is a veteran. He is a Marine, and his mother is a teacher. And for this reason, he has incorporated this program that we adopted in our team. And basically what we do is we give money back at closing to veterans, police officers, firefighters, teachers, nurses.
Yeah.
And if you are able work with our affiliates, you can get a bigger amount back. Obviously, some guidelines, but we can put that together for you once we get the process starting. So if you are or fall into that category,
I'm waiting till the end of the show so that way nobody sees me.
if you fall into that category, please reach out to us. We're here to help you. Again, our website is thecurzteam.com. Phone number is 786-671-1758. And you can reach us or see us, watch us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. at the Kurz Team on Facebook Live. And you can also find us at the Kurz Team on Instagram. Not live, but you'll find a lot of our stuff in there. And please share the show once again. And thank you so much for
Thanks, guys.
See you in the next
watching.
one.
See ya.